Hey everyone, Ben here. This is kind of a reshoot of what I did before, but whatever. This is by the point. The most long-awaited video I've been wanting to make for a long time is 2025, 2026 Six Flags Great America predictions. I don't know how much this new cut's gonna come in, but I'm just gonna go through every different plot of land I think could be taken. This right here is showing you what I think, but I'm gonna go buy them piece by piece. Yeah. The original video was like 15 minutes long, and I cannot go for 50. I'm not doing a 50-minute long video. That's all I'm saying. All right, let's get on to the first one. Again, these are my most anticipated going, and where I would want a new ride to go. I apologize for the mic. Also, I apologize for how crappy I look. I had the craziest nap earlier. Okay, I'm just skimming over some of these real quick. I'm not gonna dwell on them as much as I have been in my original video. This is American Eagle. The plot of land's pretty big. I don't think American Eagle's going anytime soon. Despite the large amount of land, they just put in a new sign, and again, American Eagle is I've heard someone quote before, and I'm gonna quote the same thing they've been saying. I don't remember who said it, but American Eagle is the ride that keeps on kicking. People keep on saying it's going, and it keeps on kicking. As you can see, though, the helix and everything, it takes a lot of spaces. You could probably split this up in half. The only question is, how would they reach this area over here? And that's my question. I don't know how they would do that, especially with how there's this shit. But I think if they did something, again, I always don't like Battle of Metropolis. If they get rid of Battle of Metropolis, have the ride go over here, then a new one. I think they're not doing anything. And I think that if they did, a Giga or something would be a replacement. And a Giga or something big. But again, I think they should GCI it instead. Not RMC it, but GCI it. Or just retrack it and get it just a dual again. Would be what I would want to see. Okay, this is kind of a big territory. Not Southwest territory, if you know what I mean. I highlighted multiple things in this image. Each one are separate. So, in my original video, I got a long tangent about Demon, and I kind of want to do that again, but I'll hold off. I won't go as big of a tangent. People have been rumoring Demon's going to go for a while. Again, I don't think so. And especially coming up on his 50th. Now there's been rumors about it, you know, with the whole rock work thing. But I'm about to say, they just did that this summer. They covered the track. They wouldn't have, if they really wanted to get rid of it, they would have just removed it when they got rid of the rock work. Because no reason just to hold on to it, you know. So they're keeping on to it, keeping it. They just painted the station and stuff like that not long ago either, as well. Demon's kind of a staple at the park, and they baby this thing, at least as it looks right now. They baby it, not really rough at all as well. But that's besides the point. The whole conspiracy right now has been 50 if they remove it and replace it with a Raptor or something, or like a duplicate of Flight of Courage. I'm gonna reiterate what I said in my other extended cut, previous cut. That is disrespectful, and that is the most disrespectful thing you could ever do. Okay, we knew this was coming. We knew. I knew. That's okay. I probably shouldn't have said it like that. Demon. The Daemon. No. I don't think so. People are like, 2026 though, 50th anniversary, taking out Demon, putting something new. I'm sorry, in the biggest, the most respectful way. Fuck you. That is the most fuck you to a coaster's history ever. The 50th anniversary, you take out the coaster for its 50th. That is the biggest double middle finger to a coaster you could do. That is totally mean. Of course, I know that Demon won't be around forever. I'm gonna outline it now. It gives gives you a lot of fucking acres of land. Don't get me wrong. I can understand. This is a big fucking piece of land. But removing 2025, 2026 before its 50th or at its 50th is just a mean way to do the coast. That's doing the coaster dirty in my way. What I can see happening for the 50th is it getting a Loch Ness Monster treatment with a complete overhaul. Especially with California's Great America, they could just be waiting for California's Great America to close, if it does, and they can send all the fucking parts to Six Flags Great America Demon, and they could run this for centuries with all that shit. Hey, peace, love, and happiness. I know I'm a demon, arrow stan, an arrow stan. Peace, love, and happiness to everyone, but if you come up to me one day and tell me that you're from a demon because it's rough, and that it's a waste of space, and that they should replace it with a clone of Wonder Woman's Lasso of Truth or Jersey Devil or some shit, in the nicest way, fuck you and fuck all you stand for, and you should be feeling. But Demon is staying. I could see this part and this part right here getting fit and getting changed, getting replaced by stuff. Other than that, I just think if you just think about it, imagine an old coaster that's been there and has a lot of history, take it out and just replace it with a clone. I think Great America has more respect and more self, like they respect themselves more than more most parks, and they respect their history more. And I don't think they're just willing just to take Demon out like that, especially when they still baby this coaster. Okay. This is my third up the list. This would be Aquaman Splashdown and Loggers Run. Not both. Potentially one would be removed and one would be stayed. California's Great America removed. Both of theirs, but both at like a different time frame. I personally think they take a lot of land, and that is definitely a fair reason why just to remove it. I definitely feel like having both of these guys isn't worth it to an extent. I love Loggers Running a Clifford. Alright, let's make sure that's clear. But they don't duel like they originally did. As far as I'm aware, last time I was there, they did not duel. And it's like a season thing, like American Eagle. And at this point, it's like, yes, they're both nice, but if you're only running one per season, you might as well just have one that just runs for every summer. There's no reason to have two if you're just swapping out. It's just a waste of money. I love Loggers Run and Yankee Cliffer. I personally like Loggers Run a little better, but I do like where Yankee Cliffer's. I'm not gonna call it Aquaman Splashdown. Fuck that. You know. But Yankee Cliffer is just in a really nice looking spot. So personally, they're both really neat spots. But if you asked me what was the most nicer looking one, Aquaman Splashdown or Yankee Cliffer is in a better area that I think looks much prettier. If you ask me what they would replace this with, again, there's those same things like what everyone's been saying, like there's a dive and all this shit. I personally would hope for like a multi-launch coaster. That's kind of what I would hope for, but I'm kind of a small percentage. I just forgot I'm not zooming in on these shit. Anyways, yeah, I doubt it's gonna go anytime soon, and maybe I can see one of these going in the next decade. That's about it. Okay, so this would actually be around my third choice, and I kind of excluded it from some other areas, and this could be included in many other areas. Later down the list. I'm sorry, that was nasty. Camp Cartoon, and Picnic Grove. I think Picnic Grove is used for Physics Day. I know that for sure. But other than that, I don't see a main use of holding on to it, especially when it takes so much land. It's gonna be weird without Picnic Grove. Maybe just make it its own land is my my thought process is just make it its own land. Don't remove the paths, remove a lot of the old buildings, and replace it with some more shit, you know? Because look at this land right here. There's a lot of land they can mess with. And of course, the Camp Cartoon area, I personally like it more than Kidzopolis. It's always been between Kidzopolis and Camp Cartoon for me, with which one should go. But I know there's the first aid section. I think it's Hometown Park, whatever. I think that's an amazingly beautiful, and it also looks really nice there with the. I think that's the new kids land that they should try to hold on to. Both of these kids lands they have now are pretty crappy, except for Camp Cartoon. I think has a slight edge over Kidzopolis, because I think the Kidzopolis, I remember it used to be Wiggles Land or whatever. Kidzopolis has an ugly appearance to it, and I think it just has it's just a bad stain in the area, and it also takes a lot of land while also not having many rides, especially when they just remove some shit. So I think Kidzopolis should go, but Camp Cartoon is looking like the thing that's gonna go. I like Camp Cartoon better, but it's probably gonna go. But yeah, so Camp Cartoon, this theater, along with, which is part of whatchamacallit, because I don't think they even use this anymore. Part of Picnic Grove. Maybe use Picnic Grove's name and just have it as an expansion area. I don't know. That's me. I think they should keep Picnic Grove as just a new area. Anyways, I'm gonna move on to the end. Okay. So this has kind of been confirmed for this area right here on the map that it's going. So it's kind of partly. I think go-karts and Winner's Circle go-karts is not good for the park. It's an upcharge, which, you know, okay, whatever. But then you have to also take into consideration they're paying for gas, and especially when they don't have many people riding it all the time, and it's also closed. It closes early sometimes, and sometimes it just doesn't run because of low staffing. Just at this point, it's just like, well, go ahead and just close it down and remove it. Of course, there's Buccaneer Battle. Buccaneer Battle was a lot of fun when I rode it. It's large staffing though, and it breaks down. It has a lot of technical issues, so I think it's definitely a good idea to remove Buccaneer Battle in the long run. But it was a lot of fun. But staffing in general, a lot of stuff is a lot of it's a lot on the park. Six Flags and staffing do not go well together. But if you ask me, I would probably remember Deja Vu was here, so it can fit a pretty decent sized coaster if you ask me. I personally see these being separate plot of lands. This held all of Bugs Bunny Land, which was pretty big. I think they could easily put a nice coaster here and a nice coaster here. Or they could instead do some. They can honestly do some more shit. Like they can change some shit that they've been doing. I could see a new kiddie coaster. I don't know, going here. I'm just throwing out ideas, especially being so close to this. But honestly, if you ask, also this probably could go. I'm not sure if they don't run this anymore. I think they still run this though recently, so I don't see it going then. But yeah, I'm not the person saying we should get a dive. I'm saying we should get a tilt coaster or something. I like dives, but I'm not a big fan of just putting them everywhere because they're going to be oversaturated. And wouldn't be the kind of thing we're looking for. We need one that has high capacity though. So a max spinner would be pretty cool. I've heard good things about those. We need one that's high capacity, but again, a dive coaster, they're getting oversaturated, and just another dive coaster, it's like, oh cool, another dive coaster. But I can go to like Cedar Point or wherever and just ride another one, and I can't really see difference in. I can't see the difference in many dive coasters nowadays. Most of them are just the same thing. But despite that, I think this is a good plot of land. This is my second candidate for what should be going. My first candidate is actually coming up, and it's a pretty big one. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is not talked about at all from what I've seen. Cause I watch the videos in this community, and I don't see anyone talk about this. So let's first start with the normal, the more reasonable one, I would say, is Mardi Gras hangover. Um, Mardi Gras hangover. I am so sorry. I don't know what's going on with me recently. So they could honestly take up most of this land right here, and it should be fine if you put a coaster there. They had the edge here. They had all this other stuff here. They had the edge right here. If I remember correctly, they had it here. I don't know. I might be thinking of California's Great America. But placing a coaster in this area, people were complaining. I heard people talk about the whole thing about the train. The train is no problem. You're just being a drama queen and saying they can't do it and trying to think about more shit. But they can. I mean, think about the demon. Think about Max Force. Think about Iron Wolf mainly. But I guess you could say Goliath. But I'm gonna say Iron Wolf is a better example for how it was, but they literally go so close to the track and over the track. It's like it's not a problem at all. It's not. It's just not. So I definitely feel like this would be a decent area. But then I thought to myself, right now there's only these two rides in Mardi Gras area right now. Every other ride has basically been closed. And as I see it now, 100%. As I see it now, Roaring Rapids does not have a long life left. The staffing and the amount of people you need running it is crazy. The downtime it has, I've seen, it hasn't ran all this season, I want to add. I was there and I was hoping to ride it, and it kept saying this is not available, this is not available. I'm like, huh, that's pretty crazy. So, and it's a big amount of land, I want to add. But personally, I think Roaring Rapids is going. I love the ride. My dad loves the ride. A lot of people love the ride. But at the same time, look at this amount of land and tell me that it doesn't look amazing. I honestly think they could do a land expansion for Mardi Gras area if they really wanted to with this availability. Not just put a coaster here, but make a land expansion. Maybe reuse some of the Roaring Rapids area. They have to do a lot of terraforming though with the Roaring Rapids pits, or I guess it's like a little river, you know. But yeah. Mardi Gras is in dire need of a rework. Big Easy Balloons is the only guy who's running right now, and most people just pass it. When there was Raging Cajun, people didn't pass it. So I think what Great America needs is Mardi Gras to be looked at. Yeah. But yeah, my main contender right now for a new part of the park. Sorry, I thought my video stopped recording for a second there. My main contender for the park to remove would be Roaring Rapids next. Yeah. That would have been my first choice. Alright, let's move on to something else. Okay, so this is kind of an overall thing. I did this for my last one. All these other ones were like new shit, but this is like new drawings for me, but this is not. So, as I mentioned, I would say you could easily, if you really wanted to, combine all three of these sections here, and you would have a tremendous amount of land for you to use. Roaring Rapids is a no-brainer for me, at least. I love Roaring Rapids, but it's a no-brainer to replace. These two guys right here. Hold on, I did this right? No, this isn't meant to be here. I apologize. This is meant to be whatchamacallit? You know what I mean. I thought this was Yankee Clifford for some reason, but so yeah, this would actually be cut off right here. But this Roaring Rapids, Yankee Harbor area, Picnic Grove, and Camp Cartoon takes up a big area, and I think it'll be the best solution for more land. Going down here, not much land they could even do really here, except for these small portions, like right here, this guy right here, There's small areas. This is the main area I think they could do down here. With like, with Buccaneer and all that stuff. But personally, I think everything they can do should be up here. It's not really down here. Eagle, Demon, and most of these guys are safe. Go-karts are safe for now, kind of, but they're getting eyed up, and I think they are going to go in the next like decade. Along with Roaring Rapids going in the next decade, definitely. And one of the, maybe, since how quickly Six Flags likes to, Great America likes to add things, I think they should slow down adding shit. But I know that's not a popular opinion among people, because people just say new thing, new thing, new thing. Sometimes you need to slow down and take care of your olds, the old things you have, and stop adding new things. Maybe, take a few more years just to gain more money so you can add a more valuable addition. But that's all I'm going to add. This is a very summarized version. My original version was very long. So I apologize for the lackluster talking. And it was a lot funnier in my previous version. I was more angry. I'll probably add for the demon section the previous version I had. But honestly, if you ask me, I know these guys are going. But if you ask me what I would want to go is this section right here. Alright, I appreciate you guys watching. Yeah. Here's a hope for a demon or a American Eagle refurb for the 2026. 2025 is not going to have anything. Personally, I don't think they shouldn't do anything. In 2026, they might put in a new ride, or I'm hoping for a refurb of either of those two rides. 2026. They're already doing a lot of stuff with the entrance, so I think it's going to take a little bit. All right, I appreciate you guys watching, and this has been Ben, and peace out. I also post some bloopers and stuff about this. Yeah.